I've got a fish. And there's our little ducky. Come on, buddy. I brought you this awesome fish. Slow down and let me... What? Wait. Are you running from me right now? You're too fast. Stop it. Why? I thought we were going to be friends. Seriously? Hi, I'm Willow, and today we'll be continuing on our Creature Spotlight series, going over the pros and the cons of life with a Hesperornis, deciding if I think that they are really the right fit for me and possibly a good fit for you also. We'll be going over the taming process, all of the good and the bad things that I could research on them. Then I'll give my honest opinion on if I think this tame is worth the trouble and the resources to tame. With all of that out of the way, let's gather up our resources and our Ichthyornis and head out on our RG to find ourselves a Hesperornis. Before you go looking for the Hesperornis you want to tame, the first thing you need to know is their preferred food, which is fish. And I don't mean just any fish. While they will eat regular coelacanths or piranhas, for the best taming effectiveness, you really want to prioritize saber-toothed salmon, since you will get the most progress in taming effectiveness from them. Now, a great way to hunt for this tame is with an Ichthyornis. That's my jerk bird you saw me grabbing earlier. If you send your Ichthyornis to hunt fish, it will bring back fish with a prime buff, which drastically improves taming effectiveness for the Hesperornis. You don't have to use an Ichthyornis. You can absolutely just kill fish yourself in the water. But for a quicker tame, if you have the option, definitely use the Ichthyornis. When it comes to taming methods, there are a few ways to approach the Hesperornis. Some people try to just follow them around in the water, and others might try to put them in a very small taming pen. I decided to go with the wooden cage method. This involves crafting a wooden cage in the smithy, putting it on your hotbar, and then just placing it over your ducky. Hopefully after doing that, I can just feed my Hesperornis through the cage wall. Let's give it a shot and see how it goes. This is the lucky ducky I have chosen. I think I can just place this trap over him, or at least I hope so. Well, it looks like it's going to work. He seems to be unable to escape. Now, where is that Ichthyornis? On my shoulder, of course. I guess what I want to do is attack some fish. I haven't done this in forever, and I'm not quite sure how to do it anymore. I don't think he can be on my shoulder. I do think I should just go in the water and see. Piranha, please. Where did he go? Now, I think I just send my bird in to attack the fish. Look, he's going. He's got it, but he's super slow flying back. He's not going to be winning any awards for speed, that's for sure. And he drops it. Let's see if I can find a saber-tooth then. This one is super close. Okay, so he's grabbing us one that we can actually use for taming. What was that? Really? You just tossed it under the terrain. I feel less guilty now about calling you a jerkbird. I really do hope that you didn't do that on purpose. So now we have to find another saber-toothed salmon. All I see is another piranha. I guess we get him out of the way so that he doesn't attack us. This piranha has the buff. It looks all golden shiny. He swooped down again, and he is bringing us another fish. Once he successfully gets us a saber tooth to feed, I'll see if I can feed this guy through the wall. I'll probably use these piranha to tame him anyway. It's not like I see a ton of saber-toothed salmon out here to use. Let's see if I can find a better fish this time. Oh, look, there's one. This one might take him a moment to bring back. I'm just hoping that he doesn't throw the fish under the ground this time. I'm actually going to see if he will bring it further back from the shoreline. I just don't want to attempt putting it down in the same area and have the same results. Well, come on. We are making a video. So it actually landed on the ground this time. It's all sparkly with that buff too. Let's try to feed him. I can already tell this is going to be a little bit tricky. I'm not sure if I'm just not aiming right or if I actually can't do it through the wall. Oh, I just seen the E to feed. You can do it. And there you have it. First feed complete. Now that you've seen how I do it, let's speed up to the last feed to save some time. And that was the last one. Now that he's tamed, we can take him home. I'll see you back at base. Now that we've seen how to get one, the question is, are they really worth it? Let's break down the good and the bad so that you can decide if you think the Hesperornis is right for you. Let's start with the pros. Hesperornis are a source of organic polymer, and it can be harvested from their bodies. If you want to get creative about it, you can even set them up in an organic polymer farm. For me and my style of play, I prefer having a few Achatina on wander at my base to gather organic polymers, since you don't have to constantly breed them and dispatch them. But it's definitely an option if you're in a bind and you need some polymer quickly. I do, though, have to mention here that if the path that you want to take is to dispatch some babies, the penguins, in my opinion, are a better option than Hesperornis. They are much easier to tame. The next pro is oil production. If you put the regular eggs from Hesperornis into a cooking pot, it gives oil. I think it's something like 12 oil per egg. And I suppose if you're just looking for something to do with all of those extra eggs that you have stockpiled, this seems to be a legit way to use them other than just turning them into kibble. The last pro I'd like to add is that they produce golden eggs. Golden eggs are used to make extraordinary kibble, which is the highest tier of kibble in Ark. It is used essentially for taming the most powerful creatures in the game, all the way down to the lowest level if you really want to spend your resources that way. The golden eggs can also be consumed when fed to a small, non-rideable creature. The egg gives a temporary 500% increased experience buff that lasts for 10 minutes. Humans and bigger creatures can also eat them for a 10% experience buff. Okay, so we've talked about the good stuff, but now it's time to get real about the downsides. The first big con is that the Hesperornis can be a really annoying tame. They're known for their erratic swimming, making them hard to keep track of, and feeding them can be surprisingly tricky. That's why building a trap or using a cage like I did is almost always needed to keep them in one spot. I'm going to be honest. I made a few attempts at taming these, and I tried a few different methods. It was quite annoying, to say the least. Up next, when it comes to fighting or defending itself, the Hesperornis is just, well, it's pretty poor for offense and defense. They have very low health, making them incredibly vulnerable in any kind of combat situation. If you send them out to hunt fish in any waters that you haven't already cleared or gated off, or if something spawns in looking for a snack while you're fishing, your Hesperornis won't likely survive. While those golden eggs are a big pro, they also come with a significant con. They are pretty hard to come by. Getting a golden egg is not guaranteed. It actually requires the Hesperornis to hunt and kill fish after it's tamed. It's not a passive production, which can be a bit frustrating if you're relying on them for kibble. I spent about an hour hunting with my Hesperornis on aggressive, then switching to wandering, then switching to both, and while the Hesperornis did hunt fish, I could never actually get it to lay a golden egg. Finally, the last con that I want to bring up is that the Hesperornis only eats fish. If the rest of your tames are just eating regular raw meat from the trough, you will have to make an extra trip for the Hesperornis because, well, it only eats fish. You could alternatively only put fish food in your food trough, but I find that annoying too since I passively bring home tons and tons of raw meat for my adventuring. And I have to make specific trips to go get fish meat now. Bummer. It's not a make or break deal since other creatures also require fish meat. It's just a downside if you don't already have to fill your trough with fish. Now that we've gone over the pros and the cons, the big question is the Hesperornis really worth it? And for me, honestly, the answer is no. While I do find the organic polymer benefit useful, I think that there are more than one better alternatives to getting organic polymer. If the only thing that you can find is a Hesperornis, then I guess that they will work out in a pinch, but long term, I would prefer to find a different method, and the biggest reason for that is their taming. I wouldn't say that they are hard to tame, I just think annoying. It's really hard most of the time to get that eat a feed button to show up with a huge fish in your face. I was constantly dropping my fish instead of feeding it to the Hesperornis, and then the duck would eat my fish. Often, if I got close enough to feed it and actually could press E, he would turn to attack me. He would swim off, he would run away, or I always had aggro on him. I guess I'm just easily annoyed, and this tame just really got on my nerves. I also think I didn't like that I couldn't get him to lay golden eggs. I spent too much time trying to figure this out, and I'm going to be honest, if you need to make some extraordinary kibble, you are much better off taming some Uteranus for their fertilized eggs. You will for sure be able to get them faster and in larger quantities. I don't know if this is true for official servers since I don't play on them. I only play on unofficial and single player, so I cannot speak on the benefits of having a Hesperornis there. I can only give my opinion from my own experiences, and I for sure would not tame another. That said, I'm sure that some people think that they are fantastic tames, and honestly, for the right player and the right play style, I'm sure that they are. But since I'm here just to give my own opinion, it'll be a hard pass for me. And that's my take on the Hesperornis. This was actually a viewer suggestion, so a big shout out to them for the idea. I hope this spotlight helps you decide if this creature is the right fit for you. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe for more art content. It really helps the channel grow. We still have more art creature spotlights coming, and if you can, stop in for our Extinction Let's Play series. I also do arc speed builds from time to time if that's of any interest to you. I've been considering another survival game series, so if you have any interest in that, leave me suggestions in the comments. And, as always, if you took time out of your day today to come and watch me play some Ark, then you are awesome, and I hope to see you in the next one.